What's up, YouTube? Greetings to the world. I hope you're doing well. It's show time. All right, welcome one and all. You're watching Wolf King's Vids. I'm your host, Wolf King. Okay, so we have finally got the video straight out of the BBC from the UK about Matt Bell, aka Rational Theist Matt. He was recently discovered as being caught for directing online child abuse over in the Philippines through a chat room he was connected to, and he has been apprehended and he's been exposed for engaging in pedophilia. So we got the video live from the BBC. Let's watch. Let me see. Okay.
Found the National Crime Agency failed to arrest a paedophile for 18 months after receiving an initial tip-off about him. The NCA was warned about Matthew Bell in September 2016, but didn't arrest him until March of 2018. During that time, Bell continued to direct the sexual abuse of children in the Philippines. The NCA said there wasn't enough evidence to arrest him when they were first contacted. Angus Crawford.
Daybreak, a tower block near Glasgow.
Matthew, please open up, please.
Behind the door, Matthew Bell, a sex offender. On his hard drive, evidence of child abuse.
Yep, there goes Matt Bell right there.
Bell has now pleaded guilty to 5 offences. He'll be sentenced later this month. But we've uncovered serious concerns about the way British police handled the case. Here's Bell on...
Yep. There we go, Matt Bell. And all his disgusting fucking infamy.
His YouTube channel. Here he is again, in the same room, directing the sexual abuse of an 11-year-old girl in the Philippines, using Skype and a webcam. And this is the man who actually witnessed it and took that picture of Bell. Investigative journalist Peter Dupont from Belgium.
And also the little girl on the bed. What to do, what sexual act to do.
Dupont infiltrated a gang live streaming the sexual abuse of children and stumbled on a Skype session with Matthew Bell in charge.
That was one of the most...
Yeah, so this is the guy who was directing in the investigation that ultimately exposed Matt Bell. But there were some issues with it that you'll hear about soon.
Laughing the whole time.
The journalist told police in the Philippines and was there filming when 5 men were arrested and 12 children rescued. But he wanted Bell behind bars too and set out to contact CEOP, the Child Protection Unit of Britain's National Crime Agency. So, in July 2016, Dupont contacts CEOP's regional office in Thailand. No response. In September, with help from Interpol, Dupont is put in touch with a CEOP officer in London, sending screenshots of Bell and his Skype ID. Dupont is even interviewed by the Daily Mail, which publishes Bell's picture. Emails and phone calls with CEOP continue, but no action is taken. Bell remains free, and court documents show he was still abusing children. In early 2018, we travelled to meet Dupont in Belgium and ask CEOP why nothing has been done. Bell is arrested a month later.
it is very strange. Maybe they had other priorities. At the same time, it's a huge shame, of course. And it's pure negligence. They should have contacted me.
The NCA insists child protection is its top priority. In a statement, it said, "We received information which, despite researching and developing, provided insufficient evidence for action to be taken. We thank the BBC for their visit, after which we continue to develop intelligence, enabling us to act swiftly. Our professional standards department conducted an internal review, and there was no referable or recordable conduct. But questions are now being asked of Westminster."
I think this is incredibly disturbing. To have delays in a case like this, which is so serious, with such a vile crime against children, is really worrying. So I think we have to know from the police what went wrong in this individual case, but also what are the wider problems that they're facing. Because I've been concerned for many years that there just are not enough resources going into this, given the scale of the escalating problem that we face.
Bell is now behind bars, but questions remain for the NCA. Why did it take so long to catch him, and how many children were left at risk?
Okay, so that's the totality of the clip. Nothing else to be said. So that was Matt Bell being arrested and found out for his online child abuse. Now, here's what I think is really disturbing about this whole thing. This guy has been in this online great debate community for many years, and he would talk and defend theism and Christianity, and he would come up with these bizarre, very graphic scenarios regarding like ethical choices and decisions. Like if they were the one that was most interesting is this idea about this alien civilization visiting the human race and saying that they're going to dominate it, and the only way to stop it is to rape one girl or something like that, or one underage child to stop him. And he would frame it to where that was the only choice, and he'd have these weird talks about morality regarding pedophilia, slavery, freaking murder, and stuff like that. It was bizarre. No one knew where exactly this kind of bizarre mindset came from, and now we all know with this report. It is ridiculous that despite getting an early tip off, they didn't go and do the insufficient evidence. They really should have had more than a few cops on this over there. But I guess not every justice system is perfect, especially with them overseas. Everything they probably have a different sort of system to work with. But yeah, it is so disgusting that this guy actually talked as if he had some kind of moral high ground in these philosophical discussions, all the while directing children to get abused and talk about this absolute morality the next minute. It's insane. I've seen G-Man stupid ass actually talk about the Matt Bell situation. It didn't take long before he made that about him. I was actually gonna take a look at that, but honestly, that motherfucker says so much inane BS. I don't even want to bother with it. But yeah, this is disgusting, and honestly, I hope Matt Bell never sees the light of day again for what he did to those children. I mean, that's ridiculous. He knew what he was doing, and he got off on the torture of children. And honestly, I mean, the guy's a father himself. I mean, I can only imagine what he did to his own freaking kids. I mean, I don't even want to imagine that. But yeah, I'm glad this got out. I'm glad that he's been apprehended, and I hope he never comes back to the internet. I'll be rots in jail. Seriously, the only way evil can occur in this world is if good men do nothing. And honestly, I'm glad that that investigative journalist managed to get the word out on that dude, because that is just straight up disgusting. I was wondering exactly how this stuff went down to where he disappeared. I all this time I thought I was dead. Now I just wish he is dead. Soon he will be dead. But yeah, that's ridiculous. That just goes to show you don't need religion to be a good person. That there are some people that tell me sometimes that without their religion they don't see any reason to be moral. Fact of the matter is, it's not a necessity to be a moral person. You could preach all that stuff all you want. You're gonna screw up, and there's not gonna be some absolute right or wrong way of doing an action or performing something in a particular situation. It depends on the circumstances that you're being put in and the rational consideration of the consequences of your actions that's going to determine the outcome. There is no ultimate test beyond what matters to us as human beings. That's the reality of the situation. But yeah, that's all this does. All this situation goes to show is you don't need religion to be a good person. It doesn't matter how much you preach it. There's never going to be some like absolute like black or white, right or wrong thing to do with something. Because usually the people who preach that kind of thinking the most, they're usually doing something horrible to someone. And Matt Bell's a perfect example of that. But that's my analysis on the situation. That's my commentary. That's all I got to say about this. This has been Wolf King. Peace out. If you like this video, you know what to do. Stop by there to know. And El Satan. Good night.